Alright, so boom, turn me up, don't turn me down. We back at it with another video today. We got a 2-for-1 in this video. Before I even start, make sure you subscribe to my boy Mike. His channel is going to be in the description down below. DK Metcalf, who told you could leave my division? You got tired of Demo owning you every single time he seen you on the field? You got tired of getting clamped up by my San Francisco 49ers? Why are you so scared? Why are you leaving my division to go to the Pittsburgh Steelers? The Pittsburgh Steelers have been the most mid team in this decade. They're not good and they're not bad. They're literally mid. And Davante Adams coming into my division. You're teaming up with my little bros? You really think that phases me? You really think that my little bros is going to do something now that you're on the team? Just because y'all won the division this year don't mean y'all going to win the division next year. Now let's get started with the video. Like, what in the world?
And the Los
Who
Angeles
do y'all think y'all are?
Have agreed to a 2-year contract worth $46
this man Davante Adams is weak in the knees. I'm not worried about him. He getting clamped up easily.
Seahawks are trading DK Metcalf to the Pittsburgh Steelers. According
DK, I'm gonna miss you, gang.
NFL free agency officially
because Smith, wide receiver number 1 for the Seahawks now. Smith ain't on nothing. Smith don't trash talk. Just like Demo said on his IG live, all he do is cry and complain. And when he's holding. What's my flag at? DK, hey, you all about your business and you stand up for yourself. Smith. Oh my gosh.
On Wednesday, but it seems like you could agree to terms to contracts right now. And we just got some huge news coming from a team that has been quietly making waves throughout the offseason, as Davante Adams has officially made his decision. And on top of that, DK Metcalf has just been traded as well. Before we get to the content, we launched our first video on—
I'm not gonna lie. That DK Metcalf, I don't know if my boy Mike gonna talk about it, but that contract is horrible. I mean, tremendously bad.
What's going on, everybody? What a crazy few years for Davante Adams, a player who has consistently been one of the top wide receivers in the NFL, a man that has had 1,000 plus receiving yards each and every year since 2020, including in 2024 when he split his time between 2 teams. Davante Adams is a 6-time Pro Bowler and a 3-time first-team All-Pro, and his life changed drastically when he got traded from the Green Bay Packers to the Las Vegas Raiders in the summer of 2022, hoping to get reunited with Derek Carr. After 1 year with Derek Carr, where Davante Adams had 14 TDs and over 1,500.
And Derek Carr, you ain't safe either. You need to get off the Saints. I need the Saints to find the next Drew Brees, my favorite quarterback of all time. Because, bro, this man Derek Carr is literally a cone. He's not mobile. He's Derek Carr. You be pissing me off. I ain't gonna lie. Oh, bro, both of y'all piss me off.
Receiving yards, the Raiders decided to move on from Derek Carr. Davante Adams still put up good numbers with Jimmy Garoppolo, but he clearly wasn't happy with Jimmy G as his QB. And in the 2024 season, the Las Vegas Raiders agreed to trade Davante Adams to the Jets so he could reunite with Aaron Rodgers. And this was a moment that was just memed towards the end of the season to save as much cap space as possible. I mean, Cooper Kupp's cap hit is going to be $29.78 million for this upcoming season, so it made all the more sense to move on from him. So in order to ensure that the Los Angeles Rams had a brand new #1 wide receiver, they decided to pursue the man that wanted to return to the West Coast. So according to Adam Schefter, 6-time Pro Bowl wide receiver Davante Adams is signing a 2-year deal with the Los Angeles Rams. Adams arrives at a time when the Rams are preparing to move on from standout wide receiver.
So Davante Adams, he had a choice to come to my 49ers, the Chargers, or the Rams. The Chargers is irrelevant. Nobody cares about the LA Chargers, San Diego Chargers, whatever you want to call them. My little bros, they're my little bros for a reason. And then you got my San Francisco 49ers. The team just went to the Super Bowl. So, I mean, hey, if you want to join these bums, go ahead, Davante.
Cooper Kupp. I just find
they ain't winning division next season.
Obviously, if you saw our earlier videos on this, Kelly Stafford was vehemently against moving on from Cooper Kupp.
My husband, wants to win. He's not trying to put a team in a bad situation.
Your husband wants to win? So why did he join the LA Rams? They not about to win nothing next season. Or the next year after that, since he's on the 2-year contract. He wants to win, but joins the Rams.
Getting away of Cooper? I guess I'm just I'm confused. We were one play away. from going to the NFC Championship. And I think if we go, we win. I want the respect for him that he deserves.
But when you take a look at this contract, it's honestly incredible. It puts Davante Adams in a remarkable situation to potentially win a Super Bowl. Adams' deal is just 2 years and $46 million and includes $26 million guaranteed. And I personally love this deal. I feel like Davante Adams brings a different type of dimension to the Los Angeles Rams offense. And at the same time, this is a move that could prolong his career. Davante Adams already has played for a coach that's come from the Sean McVay coaching tree, playing for Matt LaFleur during his time with Green Bay. So clearly the fit here is perfect. He gets to work with an established quarterback in Matthew Stafford. There's stability in the front office. There's stability in the coaching staff. This is a team that came very close to advancing to the NFC Championship last year. And the Rams also save a tremendous amount of money replacing Cooper Kupp with Davante Adams. Now, there are some fans that are saying, but Mike, Davante Adams is way past his prime. And I just don't really understand that take at all whatsoever. What about
Davante Adams is weak in the knees, okay? Maybe he's not past his prime, but he's weak in the knees.
Adams' numbers suggest that he's past his prime. He was able to get 8 touchdowns and over 1,100 receiving yards with Jimmy Garoppolo as his QB in 2023. He still went over 1,000 receiving yards in 2024, despite playing for 2 different teams. Now, I do understand that on one of those teams, he had his butt buddy forcing passes to him.
Cute.
But regardless, there hasn't been anything to suggest that Davante Adams is past his prime. Even if he is, this contract doesn't hurt the Rams all that much. I think some fans are a little traumatized from the Los Angeles Rams going after other wide receivers because they just believe every wide receiver that the Rams sign is going to turn into Allen Robinson. This is clearly not the Davante Adams from 2019, but I believe he has plenty left in the tank to team up with a proven QB and lead the Los Angeles Rams to greatness. The Rams could use that additional capital to try to find a player that could potentially stop Saquon Barkley on their defense, because that was the one thing that I believe screwed them up the most in the NFC divisional matchup versus the Philadelphia.
I'm saying though, y'all so busy signing receivers when y'all should be signing some defensive players to stop Saquon, little bros.
Philadelphia Eagles. All in all, the Rams have had to make
y'all
some
priorities is messed up.
But I think they're making the right ones. Extending Matthew Stafford on a very cheap contract saves up cap space for this team to invest elsewhere. Moving on from Cooper Kupp and replacing him with Davante Adams also saves them a lot of cap space to invest in areas of need to potentially get past that divisional round, try to make it to the conference championship, especially because they're in one of the most volatile divisions in all of football. I mean, with all due respect, I don't expect the San Francisco 49ers to be 6-11 next year. The Arizona Cardinals are a hit and miss team, but I'm expecting them to slightly improve.
I like how you said hit and miss team, because they're my long lost brothers for a reason. Nobody cares about y'all. I'm sorry. Long lost brothers.
In the offseason as well, the Seattle Seahawks may regress mightily because they just traded Geno Smith. Now, that isn't the only major move the NFC West is making today. On Friday, we discussed how the Seattle Seahawks seem to have been heading for a full-scale rebuild, trading Geno Smith to the Las Vegas Raiders for a 3rd-round pick, which in my opinion was a remarkable haul for a 35-year-old quarterback that is still a top 10 QB in the NFL. But it was a clear indication that the Seattle Seahawks were headed for a full-scale rebuild. So DK Metcalf would go out and demand a trade, which put the Seattle Seahawks in a very interesting situation. Because on one hand, DK Metcalf is one of the most physically imposing wide receivers in the entire NFL. On the other hand, when you have Mike McDonald as your head coach, and he's a defensive-minded head coach, you typically want to run an offense that is very run-heavy. Whenever you have an offense like that, it's a little unnecessary to invest so heavily in your wide receiver core. And in the case of the Seattle Seahawks, they have another luxury. Jackson Smith-Njigba really broke out in his second season in the NFL, getting 1,130 receiving yards and 100.
Smith is not a threat. Demo is clamping him up next season, and that's a fact. Like how he said on his IG Live. Nobody's worried about Smith. We gonna miss DK. We gonna miss owning him. Oh, but we won the last time we seen y'all. Okay. What's y'all record with Geno Smith against us? All right. I ain't gonna talk about that though.
receptions, earning his first Pro Bowl nod, and he's only on the second year of a 5-year rookie scale contract, assuming that the Seahawks decide to accept his 5th-year option, which they probably will if he keeps this up. So this gives the Seattle Seahawks a golden opportunity to move on from one of the premier wide receiver talents who is just 27 years old. And it seems like a team that has consistently been in trade rumors throughout the past year is going to be trading for DK Metcalf. So according to Adam Schefter and Ian Rappaport, the Seattle Seahawks are trading wide receiver DK Metcalf to the Pittsburgh Steelers for premium draft pick compensation per me and Tom Pelissaro, as finally Pittsburgh gets its big play weapon. Metcalf will also get a contract extension to go with the trade. The Pittsburgh Steelers are giving DK Metcalf a 5-year, $150 million.
Y'all think DK is worth that much? Yes or no? Comment down below. If y'all say DK is worth that much, y'all don't know football. Y'all football analogies is horrible. Y'all have no knowledge in football. Go ahead and retire from watching football. You might as well go ahead and watch some rugby. You probably ain't even going to be good watching that. Man, this is an overpay. I don't care what y'all say. DK is not worth this much. He's not. I'm sorry to break it to y'all. This man DK is, he's a good receiver, but he's not worth that much. Facts.
Contract, which by the way is a huge steal for DK Metcalf. I mean, I was imagining that DK Metcalf wanted Justin Jefferson money. This pretty much pays him as much as Tyreek Hill,
Justin Jefferson,
just above Jalen Waddle, which is a huge discount to play for a team that has been desperately searching for a wide receiver one. It puts him just underneath Amon-Ra St. Brown, and at the very minimum, I thought
George Pickens and DK Metcalf is going to be a show to watch, especially in practice. I'm telling y'all this right now. In practice, DK Metcalf and George Pickens, they're gonna get squared up. They're gonna be fighting, unless George Pickens gets traded by the Pittsburgh Steelers. But they're not gonna get along, bro. They both got high egos. Y'all know what that means, right? They gonna want targets. Oh, why you not passing me the ball, Justin Fields? I'm assuming he's gonna sign back with the Steelers. Justin Fields, pass me the ball. No, pass me the ball. They gonna want their targets. They gonna want their shares. Yeah, that ain't gonna work. Y'all gonna have to trade George Pickens. Unless y'all want to deal with that, Steelers fans.
About $32 or $33 million a year. It's truly a
remarkable
deal for the Pittsburgh Steelers, and it makes a lot of sense for the Seattle Seahawks to make such a deal. I'm just really interested in seeing how DK Metcalf gets along with George Pickens, and I really wonder who the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to bring in as their quarterback now. Is it going to be Russell Wilson? I hear they're very interested in bringing Justin Fields back, or do they go in a completely different direction and bring in Aaron Rodgers? I'd like to hear what you have to say. Aside from that,
Aaron Rodgers and Russell Wilson is horrible options. Your best option of choice is Justin Fields, all right? Even though it's not going to make y'all better and it's not going to make y'all worse because y'all are a mid team. Hey, hopefully y'all enjoy my reaction to my little bros getting Davante Adams and my nephews trading away DK Metcalf. Losers.